day or night, it's the talk of San Diego.
I'm scared. I'm nervous. We're going to be live? Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Radio Jack. Let's get ready to do radio. We're going to talk to the San Diego's Future Foundation. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, Futures Foundation, but I have with me the CEO, Mr. Gary Knight, who can correct me. Gary, the name of your organization?
First of all, thank you, Jay. The organization is called the San Diego Futures Foundation.
San Diego Futures Foundation. What is the San Diego Futures Foundation?
Good question. Well, we were formed in 1999. It was back when the county of San Diego was planning to outsource their IT department. And they needed an organization because they wanted to do something positive with all the resources that they would be exchanging every year. So they formed us to accept the computers that they take out of service, and we refurbish those computers and then get them back up and donate them to nonprofit organizations.
Oh, nice.
And then we also provide them at low cost to disadvantaged families that meet a financial threshold for us.
Oh,
so over the year, we probably do about 3,000 to 4,000, and then over the course of the last, we're celebrating our 15th year this year, and we are probably at around 46,000 computers throughout San Diego County.
Amazing. Well, that's just phenomenal. You must have a large group of people that participate with you. Are they volunteers?
No, we have a staff of 26.
Staff? Oh, okay.
And we have a number of different departments. We have the one I just mentioned, which refurbishes computers. We also have recycled roughly through salvage about 2.5 million pounds of waste that comes to us through various sources. We have a education department. When we started refurbishing computers in 1999, we're right down the street from Hoover High School.
Oh, okay.
Their computer club started sending over kids, and we started teaching them about computers and how to first of all clean them and then get them refurbished.
Nice.
And that became formalized, and now we do IT certifications. We've done at least around 400 students over the last 15 years that have come through the program and have gone on to get jobs in the IT field. So that was another department. And then we had a group of kids that didn't really want to work on the computers, fix them and etc. They wanted to work in them in terms of programming. Yeah. And so we started a digital media services. So we have a group of, which were kids at one time or growing up with us for the last 6 years, that program websites, they do databases. We do have a video service that does video production. We have an animator.
Nice.
So anyway, we've evolved over the years to go on, and then once we started giving computers away, what happened was we had a number of those nonprofits coming back and saying, you know what, we need help fixing them. So we created an IT department. So we have technicians that go out and work with nonprofits to help repair their equipment for very low costs.
What? And probably next step, cell phones. Have you guys started that yet?
Well, we've investigated that. If there's a market, our biggest challenge is getting enough quantity to make it worthwhile.
You come to my house. I got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I think if you just ask people.
Well, it's amazing because we have been working over the last few years on what they call bridging the digital divide. And that is a national effort to try to get those that don't have computers and internet access to get that, because there's two real things. One, nowadays you can't apply for anything. Even going to school, you have to apply online. If you want to fill out forms for help, you have to apply online. Now we're going to voting online.
Yes.
So it's becoming a social equity problem, meaning that if you aren't online, you're behind. And we see that a lot with schools and school children. If they can get the computers at school, but when they go home, they can't do their homework.
Sure.
And so those kids are being left behind. So our goal is to try to get as many people as we can with computers and with internet access.
Wonderful. Yeah, and you can't fill out a college application without a computer.
Almost anything.
Yeah, it's crazy. Or book an appointment. You try to book an appointment with DMV as an example.
Exactly.
You almost have to be online. They still say you can call, but you call, then you're on hold for 3 hours.
Much easier to use the online process.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you went over the programs and the services. What future programming do you foresee?
Well, one of the things that we do a lot of is education. And so we've started a program a few years back with the help of it's the Consumer Electronics Association Foundation. That's the ones that put on the big show every year with all the
Yes, yes.
Well, they have a foundation, and they've given us some money over the last couple of years to help train seniors. And the way we do this is we use other seniors to do that, because we know that it's much easier to learn peer-to-peer. As we get older, we get less patient.
Yes, of course. I do a broadcast, so I have done a broadcast 5 years in a row over at CES. They always provide me space.
Awesome.
We need to talk. Maybe we'll get together and do something there. But CES is a great organization, so they're really helping you.
Yes, they are. And they're members, of course, who donate to the foundation. So we've trained a couple of hundred seniors now over the last few years, and we anticipate that continuing. The other one is digital literacy for the masses, meaning that everybody thinks that everybody knows how to use a computer. But again, if you're coming to this country from someplace else, and that's what we do a lot of work with is refugees and others that have not had exposure to computers, then we have to show them not only how to turn it on, but how to work on the keyboard, how to work with the programs, so they can be efficient.
Sure.
And so that's one of our biggest focuses right now is in this digital literacy area.
Yeah, and being that I'm getting a little bit older, I would also like to see more work with seniors and help for seniors as well. Do you do anything with seniors?
Well, that's what we were just saying. We work,
okay.
we've just trained roughly 200, and we're continuing that process. And that's the
Oh, I thought you meant senior high school. Okay, seniors.
Yeah,
okay.
these are the 65 and older.
Okay,
maybe
got
we
it.
go down to 62, but
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And there's a lot of retirement centers in town.
Yes.
Some really high-profile ones. The V down here, the Patrician, and they have like 2 25-story buildings where seniors are residents there, and they buy condos. I know this because my grandson actually works as the concierge there, so that might be a connection for you.
Well, one of the things we're trying to do is, as we train these senior instructors, is trying to find those that may be living in one of those senior facilities so they can do it on site.
Oh, yeah.
That way it's at their convenience, but we know that they've been trained with the right material, and they have that accessible. We make it available to them. And that way they can go on and help generations, our multiple groups of seniors as they come through the program. And that's, I mentioned generations. We're also working on a new program where we're using high school students. And those just graduated to help train seniors. Seniors in the age of 62 and over.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So,
well, my grandson actually probably might be interested there because he's very knowledgeable. His dad is in IT.
Okay, there you go. Well, I tell you, I have a 4-year-old grandson, and he's constantly showing Grandpa how to do things.
Yeah. Well, whenever I need help, I always ask him. So, especially when it comes to my cell phone, that's why I was asking you about cell phones as well. But the computer, I think I have pretty well down. I have to with the internet radio. I mean, I've been doing this for 15 years.
We won't tell anybody, right?
Yeah. But anyway, so now, what do you think that you cater to the most? I mean, out of all those things you just described, where do you think your core target audience is?
Well, I think that as we move forward, we've been known as the computer, company, the company that gives computers away, and so that will always be a focus of ours. It's important that we get those computers out in the community, because I'll just use one example. If somebody were to give $1 to a nonprofit, they usually use it in a program, so that $1 gives $1 of value. But when somebody gives us, and I'm going to use a bigger number, I'm going to use $1,200, because a computer usually costs $120. That's for the CPU, the screen, the keyboard, the mouse.
Hard goods.
Yeah, exactly. So when somebody gives us $1,200, we can give 10 computers out to the community.
Wonderful.
So we take that $1 and multiply it by 10.
Yeah, that's great.
And so when you're working in a nonprofit, one of the things you have to realize is they serve hundreds of people every day.
Right.
And so the better their computers are, the more efficient they are, so they can serve more people.
Yeah, you need to get a hold of the Bill Gates Foundation as well.
We need to get a whole lot of people.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, I mean, here's the Microsoft billionaire guy.
Well, we do get donations from Microsoft.
Oh, do you?
Get donations from Hewlett Packard. They're our biggest partner right now. They're the ones who supply us the computers that come out of the county. And then a number of other organizations of that style that have been working with us over the years and helping us both financially and donations of equipment or supplies.
We used to do IBM radio here. We had a show
did you?
for IBM. Yeah. They were with us a couple of years. And eBay, of course, we did eBay radio for 7 years right here at WS Radio. In fact, we built this studio for Entrepreneur Magazine.
Okay.
We did Entrepreneur Magazine radio for about 4 or 5 years. So, yeah, those people ought to be involved. PricewaterhouseCoopers did a radio show with us for about 4 years. So those would be good contributors to your organization. I really appreciate you coming on the show and explaining this, because I had no idea that you were doing this. And how can we reach you, and tell us about your fair?
The biggest one we have now is working with a number of different organizations that support seniors. There's going to be a Get Connected Technology Fair for 50-plus seniors or people of that age on November 7th from 10:30 to 3 p.m. It'll be at the Macy's on the 3rd floor. That's in the Camino del Rio North 3rd floor at the Mission Valley.
Okay.
Site. So if people want to come out, they're going to see a lot of demonstrations. They can learn a lot about the different programs out there. They'll see new equipment, new things. I think there's going to be a robot.
Wow. That'll be exciting. And do you have a website?
It'll be the sdfutures.org.
SD Futures, just like it sounds.
Yes, sir.
.org. And you'll have more information about this fair on there?
Yes.
Fabulous. How about a phone number?
We're at 619-269-1684.
1684. Okay, folks, you heard it here, right here on WSRadio.com. All right.